Duchess Kate again beats Harry and Meghan's ambitions as the hardest working members of the royal family. After leaving their jobs as senior working royals, doing appearances and royal tours in support of Her Majesty the Queen Elizabeth II, aka Harry's grandmom, they have launched a successful charitable foundation, Archewell, that has raised money and donated to charities all over the world. Most recently, pallets and pallets of diapers to Harvest Home, a charity that serves homeless women. Considering that their charity, Archewell Foundations, is a fraud, I would not say much. Archewell Foundation is a charity registered in Delaware, which means it legally can take around 95% of donations and only has to actually donate 5% to the poor. This means Meghan and Harry are using their foundation to line their pockets. Even Prince Harry's autobiographer, Angela Levin, wrote publicly that she was disgusted by Harry and Meghan's charity fraud. Because happiness is internal, it's mental peace, and no narcissist ever sought mental peace. Their Shangri-La is money, adulation, fame, and the associated power. Narcissism is a dreadful affliction. A narcissist can never be happy because there's always someone out there with more. Richer, more famous, more popular, more followers on social media, more upticks, more likes, so on and so on. Someone more beautiful, more loved. Then there is the ever-growing list of enemies, those who have crossed the narcissist or simply dared to challenge them, or worst of all, tell the truth as opposed to her truth. These enemies need to be dealt with, briefed against, isolated, ridiculed, hurt, bullied, and harmed. Revenge is the narcissist's life-sustaining oxygen, yet paradoxically it destroys their brain. So, happy on her birthday? No. Pleased with herself? Yes, but that's not the same thing. True happiness will elude Meghan, and deep down she knows that. Because as a street-fighting alley cat, she knew from the start that Hollywood and the social media giants will only back Project Meghan until its usefulness has expired, whereupon they will throw her in the bin exactly what she does. I'm guessing that the no invite to Barack's party is the key to her misery right now. It doesn't matter about the money except that they are seen to need it at the very expense of the revered queen. It's kudos, and that you can't buy Markle, and she thought she had bagging Harry. But despite what her people have told her, he and she are not enough. And she's now feeling that old feeling of rejection that Hollywood gave her years ago. And this won't get any better. This would have been the we've arrived moment. But instead, this is a huge nail in the Harkle's coffin. A-listers aren't stupid, and association is all important, and these two have shown themselves up to be nothing but untalented, entitled, spoiled brats, who will sell your conversation with them to the highest dollar. Who wants that in their life? They gave it all away, believing their own hype. Repent in leisure, and we are not going to lose any sleep over them. Obama's birthday was the biggest ticket in town, and the Duke and Duchess of Sussex didn't get invited. Trashing the royal family and all the titles during the interview showed everyone that if she did it to the royal family, she will do it to them. Titles don't mean anything to celebrities or to politicians. So, on her 40th birthday, Meghan fears that her life will be spent in a permanent state of futile denial, whilst also trying to avoid her own downfall, of which she will have been the sole architect. This is why the fantasticist in her seeks solace in a virtual world, and the more real the truth closes in, the madder she will become. Shakespeare would have given anything to be alive today. Unfortunately, what would have been his best work must remain unwritten. We saw how she tried to make it all about herself at Charles's 70th garden party. She likes to take pictures of private and restricted areas. She keeps a journal which she no doubt embellishes to her truths. So if you don't do as she wants, she will leak nasty rumors about you to the media, ghost you, or both. She will do whatever it takes to stay relevant. Meanwhile, the final day at Wimbledon was on Saturday with the men's finals. Once again, Catherine, the Duchess of Cambridge, shows pure class, and this is how it's done in the family with senior royals. What many don't seem to know is that the Queen's cousins in the UK are blood royals with the HRH titles, born as princes and princesses just as the late Prince Philip. I've always referred to them as such since a young girl. But others refer to them as dukes, duchess, marquess, marchioness, earl, countess, and so forth. They often have more than one title inherited or bestowed upon them by the Queen. This grand old man Edward is a prince and has the HRH title. He is the Queen's first cousin and is actually royal several times over on his mother's side. He became a duke at the age of 7 and is 37th in line to the British throne. He is not Prince Edward, the Queen's youngest son, known also as the Earl of Wessex after his marriage to Sophie. The Duke of Kent has been the president of the All England Tennis Club since 1969. Yes, for the past 52 years. Besides that, he has an impressive military career and often sits behind or very near the Queen in the royal boxes, most often on special and formal occasions. In fact, recently she asked him to sit beside her during the Trooping of the Colour. This time she was alone for the first time after the death of Prince Philip. Like other senior royals, Prince Michael, Princess Alexandra, and their spouses, they are discreet, loyal to the Queen, and go about their duties without making any fuss of drawing attention to themselves. During the tournament at Wimbledon, Prince Edward attended for the last time, as the president, and the torch has been passed on to the Duchess of Cambridge, and is in safe hands now. Of course, both were there together, and as polite and gracious as Catherine is, she made sure that she never stole his thunder, walking behind him on the tennis court and taking a step backwards when they had a few words with the players, both the winner and the runner-up. She stood behind him, showing her respect. This was his moment on his final days at Wimbledon. She stands in the background, no pushing her way forward or seeking attention like her pushy sister-in-law across the pond, married to just Harry, has been, or whatever he chooses to call himself these days. Earlier in the days, the Duchess of Cambridge was seen arriving with her mask on, first attending the wheelchair tennis finals before greeting the crowds on her way in. Then later with her father, which I think was the first time I've ever seen them sit together. Quite often, she's seen at Wimbledon with her sister Pippa. On one occasion, they invited Meghan Markle to join them to make her feel welcome. The Middleton sisters are both very nice, smart, and kind, and have class. What a long and amazing day it must have been for them all. Not forgetting these two guys, they never disappoint, do they? And for a while, I thought Matteo Berrettini had it, as the first Italian ever to be in the finals. But then the legend Novak Djokovic fought back and claims a record for the Grand Slam. So the royals do work long days and put in many hours representing the monarchy, giving that special touch to any event they attend. Just a few hours after this was all over, Catherine was to be seen in another VIP box with Prince William and Prince George. But that was another story, as we all know, from joy to sadness. All in a very long day. Hip hip hurrah for them all.